The Choo-Choo family. You're more powerful than I imagined you to be, Mia said as she got up to Kai. He smiled at her and both of them walked to her house. Mia wanted to sleep while Kai was making sure that no one was following her again. So I guess this is goodbye for now, Mia said as they reached her house. Before you go in, there's something you haven't done, Kai said as Mia reached for the doorknob. She turned to look at him as she smiled a little. He told the crowd that you will kiss the winner. I'm pretty sure that I won, Kai said as Mia's cheeks flushed. She wanted to say that she had done that to gather a crowd, but looking at his face, something tugged on her instincts. She took a deep breath and moved forward. Her face was edged away from his face as she stared at his deep purple eyes. She closed her eyes and touched her lips to his. She could feel electric currents run throughout her body as the lips connected. She then quickly stepped back and said goodbye to him and entered her house. In a hurry, Kai stood there for a few seconds before he walked away. I didn't expect her to kiss me so quickly. We have only known each other for a few hours, and yet his stuff trailed as he reached his house. He didn't enter it, instead went forward and laid on the ground as he stared at the stars all night. In the morning, Mia came to his house to see him standing outside. She was holding a backpack on her shoulders. It was surprising that such a world had such stuff. When Kai saw her, he chuckled slightly. She was wearing flower-patterned white robes to blend in with the crowd and make sure that no one could trace her. But Kai was thinking about something else. The previous Mia would rather be dead than being cuffed alive in a rope for some reason. She hated ropes with her heart. Her usual outfit, she wore a black tank top with a black leather jacket and black mini shorts. And for some reason, she was addicted to ice cream. You can never find her without a popsicle in her hands. Kai missed that Mia, as well as the rest of his harem, but there was no use in thinking about something you can't have. Mia smiled at her and offered her his hand. She reluctantly grabbed it as Kai's warm hand wrapped around her hands. Close your eyes and visualize the place where we are going. Mia did as Kai instructed. Kai used his powers to channel the imagine to his mind, and with that, he teleported them using light steps. They appeared in a dark abandoned alley, and Kai could hear the noises of a market being a few meters away. Since it was his first time teleporting such a large distance with such low cultivation, he had to take a deep breath to clear his mind. They stood there for a few minutes as Mia and Kai assessed their surroundings. They then moved to see the market as Kai decided to ask a few questions. How did the slave trader capture you? Kai assessed their surroundings, and Kai decided to ask a few questions. How did the slave traders capture you? Kai asked as Mia expressed hardened. As he waited for an answer, he took out the inner core disciple robes he had received and wore them. He then brushed it a little, and the blue colors darkened, and the symbol of the sector vanished. The robes now looked like normal dark blue robes. The slave traders called me in the forest and tried to me before selling me. For some reason, they weren't able to do so. When they touched their hands on my body, their hands caught fire. When they sold me to that bastard, the protection wore off, and he was able to touch me. But by then, I had interest my cultivation to the 10th stage of the Earth Spirit realm. The bastard also had the same cultivation as me, and he had also some low-level guards with him. They captured me and tied me up to a tree in the forest. But by chance the sector master were passing through there, and they saved me, and you know the rest, Mia replied as she saw him change the ropes, but she averted her gaze after she stopped talking. Kaya's usually managed to maintain a neutral expression, even though his insides were flaming with rage and anger. What were you doing in that forest? Kai asked. Mia hesitated and didn't answer, which made him narrow his eyes, but instead he said, "If you don't want to tell me, then don't. Take your time, and if you ever think about telling me, then I will listen." Mia momentarily nodded and asked Kai to follow her. They zigzagged their way through the market, with Kai getting some strange looks, but then was commenting. Mia led him towards a huge mansion, where two guards at the 10th stage at Sky Spirit Realm were keeping watch. We are simply going to enter the mansion and talk to them, like normal people. Though after that, I'm going to do many things to them, Guy replied as he walked towards the entrance. Mia wanted to call him crazy, but she had seen him crazy things, so she stayed quiet and followed him. The guards moved to stop them, but they froze in their place, and their eyes got clouded. Kai and Mia entered the mansion without any problem as the guard woke up. They didn't remember what they were doing, and they got back to their post. Inside the entrance, Kai and Mia reached the door of the mansion and opened it. "Who are you?" a man asked as Kai and Mia entered the mansion. He had a portly belly and looked like a man in his 40s. As he examined Mia and Kai, he gazed-minded on Mia for a few minutes before he looked at Kai. "I repeat, who are you? And what business do you have with the Choo-Choo family?" The man asked as Kai gave him an evil smile. "We are here to talk with the Choo-Choo family," Kai said as the doors closed behind him, and an unbearable presence covered the entire place.